Hello, Gemini. I did not forget about you. um, Happy Leo season. I know it's been Leo season for a little bit, but we just hit the new moon in Leo. So I'm now ready to do your reading. A couple days late, but I promise it'll still be good. So the new moon in Leo. For you, Gemini, Leo is your fifth house. Sorry, not fifth, third. It's your third house. So, particularly if you are a Gemini rising, and this new moon will show up in a very Gemini fashion for you. What do I mean by that? Well, third house is the Gemini house. It's the house of communication, our siblings, speech, learning, neighborhood, our neighborhood surroundings, right? The people that are closest to us. The first people that we come into contact with outside of just our mother and father. So that's what the third house. The third house is your skills. It represents your hands and the initiatory instructions required to learn something new. So that's where this new moon is. So I would urge you to consider what you're starting or what you're changing. Are you starting, are you going to take any like painting classes? Are you going to do something creative with a new marketing scheme? Third house is definitely marketing. Sorry, my camera's not quite right. It'll bug me. Yeah, so third house is marketing and things like that. So you could be using this Leo energy to advertise your business or your page, or spruce up parts of your public image, or do some sales or something like that. Get some dance lessons. Oh, well, we're starting off with the Eight of Pentacles. Alrighty, Lord of Prudence, Eight of Pentacles. Well, this is about approaching something with an eye and a mind for detail, for ensuring that everything is in its perfect place. It's numbered, it's ordered, and working very hard, diligently, consistently. Crossing that, we have the Eight of Cups reversed. Okay, so whatever it is you've been working at it so hard and put in so much effort. And maybe you've been perhaps on the fence about walking away from it, about ending that particular project, but you're not ready to. Or there's some conflict there about how to make it fair, how to make it a pleasurable break. What's interesting also, before I flip any more cards, is the Eight of Wands is on the bottom. So there's 3 eights. Eight of Wands being the underlying energy. Might as well talk about that real quick. This is Mercury in Sagittarius. This is very swift energy. Excuse me. Ooh. Very swift energy, very fast moving and changeable. Oh, that's really interesting. The eights are mutable. Pisces, Virgo, Sagittarius. We're just missing you, Gemini. Queen of Swords is your main influence right now. This is either you or somebody around you. Quite likely this is an attitude that you're taking, a persona, The Queen of Swords is decisive. She rules justly. She is able to compromise, but is quite fierce about protecting her own boundaries. What's strengthening the Queen of Swords? The Princess of Pentacles. So there is something new on your horizon that the Queen of Swords, or you really, are driven towards. It's driving you. There's something that you can't quite taste, smell, or touch yet that you've been working towards 100%. And it's driving this fierce, cold, calculating character. Causing you to actually focus in and into the deepest details. And focusing a lot less on fantasy or pleasure and purely on earthly material, quantifiable things. You're weakened, however, by the Magician in reverse. How I'm seeing this right now is what's weakening you, the Queen of Swords, is an inability to see the magic around you. Actually, this is Mercury. This is your ruling planet's major arcana. So that's interesting, Gemini. Mercury's the messenger. It carries messages, information, energy. Mercury is the only one that can go into the underworld and back again without any harm or without getting stuck. But it seems to me that Mercury for you is stuck. So despite being the Queen of Swords, this cold exterior could actually be the result of maybe a lack of confidence in your skills, a lack of confidence in maybe your version of the truth. Or just a general inability to see the magic. There's another concept here of as above, so below, right? There's that push and pull idea of Mercury. And right now, you're in the pull phase rather than the push phase. Also, going back to the as above, so below, I just kind of get there's this subtle reminder here that what you're going through is being mirrored either by, excuse me, oh my god, the micros and the macro. So what you're going through is being mirrored, or there's like the advice here rather is to synthesize or bring into balance the outside and the inside. So for example, if everything is orderly and perfect around you, but inside, say for example, inside your thoughts are racing and you're ruminating a lot, but outside of you is neat and tidy, well then spend a little bit of time working on your mental game, right? On meditating, on breaking those negative thought patterns. Or if the reverse is true, if your mind is sterile, but everything around you is a mess, then work on organizing around you. Or I feel like you're already doing that with the Eight of Pentacles here, but the idea is to come back into balance. So the next two cards reflect what is conscious to you and what is unconscious to you. So we have the Five of Pentacles in the white pillar and the Ten of Wands reversed in the black pillar. So you are aware of a certain material lack. You've received a message, direct or indirect, about your money, your values, your food, some currency. And there's an issue there. Like it's budgeting season or something. And that makes sense, actually. That does make sense. You're working your absolute tail off. You know, you could see the Queen of Swords also as potentially an arbiter of justice, an arbiter of the justice. Someone that is a tax collector, basically. A tax collector. Yeah, could be a tax collector. Anyway, why does this make sense? The Princess of Pentacles is here. So this is being strengthened by the Princess of Pentacles. You're very much driven by a need to gain some serious income right now. And that's reflected here in the Five of Pentacles. What's unconscious to you is the Ten of Wands reversed. So there's Sagittarius again. Excuse me, the Ten of Wands reversed in the black pillar. Gemini. What you're unaware of right now is that this seems like an incredible uphill battle, but it's actually coming to an end very soon. And I'm not going to say you won't need to put in as much work or effort, but it's almost like you're over the hardest leg of the journey. All right, potential future outcome, Ten of Swords. Ouch. Ouch. And then the last card, I only tell you if it's a major arcana, so let's put this right here. All right, Gemini. So you showed up to your reading. The very last card. Oh, my friends. Well, the Ten of Swords, the good thing about this is that it's the third decan of Gemini, which means that you're mastering these Gemini skills. It means that you're learning the discipline necessary in order to be the Queen of Swords, in order to ascend to the King position, right? In order to master the mutable element of air. So there is ultimately something that you will need to abandon that is too much work. Maybe not too much work, but you've been holding on very, very, very tightly. And ultimately, it's not feeding back into you. It's not giving back. It's not filling your cup, so to speak. And this is the only water energy in the entire reading. There's nothing else. And I'll tell you this, what happens in a drought? What happens in a drought? What happens if you sprout seeds and then don't water them? they die, right? Right? So the promise of a new project, something shiny and new, um, will ultimately cause you to be even stronger in your boundaries and cut off something that is ultimately draining and more work and effort than it's actually worth. I feel like for Gemini, for you Gemini, this is you analyzing and making like serious diagrams. Diagrams are lists weighing the pros and cons of do I stay or do I go? Should I stay or should I go now? And that's funny that I said Mercury's in the pole. That's right. Mercury is in the pole. It's time to pull back. It's time to pull away. It's time to become the the positively charged rather than the negatively charged and repel. Yeah. And I kind of, what I feel about the Ten of Wands here is that it's like you are afraid it's going to be a bigger deal than it really is. And ultimately, there is a powerful ending, a strong ending, a painful ending. However, this card is ruled by the sun, and like I was saying before, this is meant to teach a certain level of discipline and mastery. And the last card, the Secret of the High Priestess, is not a major arcana, so I can't tell you what it is, unfortunately. It's not for you to know. But Gemini, I feel like this is enough information, and I just kind of want to, I see this peeking out underneath here. We have the Empress underneath the Eight of Wands. So once you finally remove this influence from you that's been draining you, once you abandon ship, rather, or cut them out ruthlessly, you will be able to, I don't want to use the word manifest, but that's the first thing that pops to mind is manifest the Princess of Pentacles here, which is the impulse for something new, and attract it literally to you. But not until you have delivered the message that you need to deliver, and do some slicey dicey. All right, Gemini, have a wonderful month. I hope that this is a fruitful new moon as far as your communication goes, and peace out.